Hello and welcome to the Wayland Student Press Network's live coverage of Wayland girls varsity basketball. My name is Charlie Moore. Right alongside me is Garrett Spooner. Garrett, how are you doing tonight?
Doing great. Looking forward to watch a great game.
We've got a great matchup tonight between the Wayland Warriors and the Boston Latin Wolfpack. Wayland Warriors, this is their home opener. This is their season opener. It should be a great game for Wayland. Garrett, what can you say about the difference between the rosters from last year to this year?
Yeah, so Wayland lost two very key starters. Actually, their two leading scorers in Kate Balicki and Orlai Kiefer. Orlai going to private school at Noon Country Day, and the other going to college at Wesleyan. So look for Wayland to try to make up some of the scoring.
Ball is live, and Boston Latin wins the tip. Wayland is running the starting five with Adam McDonald, Isabella Ennis up top, Kaylee Melvin, Mary Shine, and Emma Kiernan underneath. We start off with a drive to the hoop from Boston Latin player, and now Wayland is driving down the field. Emma Kiernan with the first shot of the season. Doesn't go in. Isabella Ennis contests for the rebound, but Ogilvy gets the rebound. Ogilvy puts up a wayward shot, which goes out of bounds. Wayland ball.
Yeah, that was a tough shot, Charlie, but look for Amelia to really step it up. I mean, she's a great scorer. She scored 22 out of Boston Latin's 29 last year at Wayland. So look for her to have a great game.
Emma Kiernan with the inbound. Yeah, the last time these two met, they met twice. Haley Melvin driving to the hoop, gets fouled and going up. She's going to take two shots. The last time that these two teams played, Wayland won both games pretty convincingly. They put up 40 points in both contests and only allowed 29 and 27 respectively. However, as you mentioned in that game in Wayland, Amelia Ogilvy did put up 22 of the 29 points from the Wolfpack. First free throw shot from Haley Melvin does not go in, it rims out. She'll be prepared to take the second one. Melvin's second shot.
Coconut!
Goes in. And Wayland's first point of the season is on the board on a Haley Melvin free throw shot. Amelia Ogilvy for the Wolfpack is driving down. She passes over to Olivia Burke. Olivia Burke contested by Mary Shine. Haley Melvin tries to contest that pass. Now it's the Wolfpack driving in. Mary Shine with the steal. Down on the ground, it's going to be a jump ball.
Yeah, great defense there by Haley. Really stayed in front of her man and forced the turnover. So.
All right, Abby McDonald calling a play on the inbound. She finds Emma Kiernan. And Mary Shine is down the court. She puts up a layup, doesn't go. Isabella Ramos with the rebound. On the ground now, might be another jump ball. She lets it spurt out, and it's going to stay in Wayland's possession.
Great hustle by Arenas there. Really made up for the missed layup by Shine.
So McDonald again will inbound this here. McDonald finds Haley Melvin at the top of the key. She's going to drive in, layup, doesn't go in, but Abby McDonald fights for that rebound, and she's going to kick it back out to Emma Kiernan. Arenas is going to put up a three. Does not go, off the rim. Abby with the rebound again. She puts up a shot, can't get it. Emma Kiernan now with the rebound. She can't get it to go. And now it's the Wolfpack ball. There's a foul there on the play.
Yeah, it's been a slow start offensively for both teams, but that's expected. I mean, it's early in the year. I mean, mistakes are going to happen, but let's see how they improve further in the game.
Forward Kirby Gillis passes it into Ogilvy, and now it's Wolfpack ball again. Ogilvy at the top of the key. It seems as though the Wolfpack offense really runs through Ogilvy. Although they haven't put any points up yet, it seems to me that she really is a key aspect to this team.
Yeah, I mean, we've already seen multiple times her drive to the rim and get open shots or contested shots for her teammates, so look for that offense to run through her.
Arenas now on offense finds Haley Melvin at the top of the half court. Melvin finds Abby McDonald underneath, but it's broken up and stolen by Ogilvy. There's going to be a foul called on Abby McDonald there. So now it's just going to be a simple inbound for the Wolfpack, but Abby McDonald picks up her first and is subbed out pretty quickly after.
Yeah, checking in is Sanaya, who first high school basketball action, so let's see how she deals with guarding Amelia, one of their best players.
So that's Sanaya Phillips, who checks in, obviously a freshman. Ogilvy, who just got called for the travel, turns it over, and Sanaya is now going to have the inbound. Garrett, what can you say about this team as far as replacing two top scorers? As there's a foul there on Haley Melvin. Two top scorers in Kate Balicki and Orlai Kiefer with, we've got two new juniors on the team in Meredith Prince and Abby Gavron, and then obviously Sanaya Phillips, who's a freshman.
Yeah, so Whalen returned a lot of players. I mean, they have a lot of great young pieces, including two great sophomores in Haley Melvin and Sammy Johnson, yes. But look for some veteran leadership too with Abby McDonald, Mary Shine, Emma Kiernan. They can really score the ball. So let's see how they react to losing two of their best players.
And speaking of McDonald and Kiernan, obviously they lost the two top scorers in Kiefer and Balicki. The big storyline of the beginning of the season is going to be how are they going to respond to that. But Kiernan and McDonald were instrumental to this team's success last season. And I think that in their senior seasons, they're going to really try and step it up and lead this team to a winning record and a spot in the playoffs and maybe even the top of the DCL leaderboard.
Yeah, for sure. I totally believe that. I mean, all of the returners, most of the returners played instrumental roles in last year's team who actually qualified for the playoffs. So I fully believe that they can qualify again and even make a deep run this year.
Laura Foley checks in for the first time this game and this season. And now Sanaya Phillips with the inbound blocked by Amelia Ogilvy. It goes out of bounds, but still, that's a pretty interesting block, obviously. Phillips will try again. Finds Arenas. Arenas driving in to Melvin at the top. Melvin, wayward pass, broken up. And now driving to the hoop is Wolfpack. Well, can't go in, can't get it to go, but that was a pretty good steal and drive. It's too bad she couldn't finish there. And
yeah,
that
it was an excellent take. It was an excellent take. I mean, stinks that couldn't go in. Got a mean roll off the rim, but look for Boston Line to try to capitalize off Whalen's mistakes here early in the season.
Speaking of Whalen's mistakes, Haley Melvin just sent that ball out of bounds. And now it's Wolfpack ball again. Ogilvy finds Burke. Burke is fouled. Laura Foley picks up her first. It'll be a Boston Latin inbound here from Brielle Sullivan. Sullivan, a starter for the Wolfpack, evidently tall. Ogilvy gets bumped by Phillips. And now we'll see. Obviously, it seems to be a game plan for Whalen to really focus on Ogilvy. Clearly, she's an instrumental piece. And there's already been 2 fouls committed against her.
For sure.
Gerby Gillis underneath, can't get it to go. Laura Foley with the ball, driving up the court. She tries to find Phillips, but Ogilvy steals that ball. I feel like that's not going to be the first time. Behind the back move there, keeping herself away from Phillips. Phillips playing some very hard defense there. She's already picked up a foul. She better be careful, the freshman. And there's a travel right there from Gerby Gillis, the forward. And Boston Latin will turn the ball over once again.
Boston Lions being very aggressive here with the press. They've been doing it all game. Whalen's dealt with it pretty well and have gotten a couple transition opportunities off of it. So let's see if they can keep that up.
Adele Ordella checks in for the Wolfpack. She was a notable piece in the games that they played last season, and typically starts. Ogilvy puts up a shot, doesn't go. Adele Ordella, obviously a taller piece and pretty good at keeping strong ball possession and keeping good defensive pressure. I've heard when I talked to sophomore Haley Melvin that Adele Ordella is definitely a piece that they focused on. Ogilvy driving all alone. She gets called for the travel now, and a piece of the hoop flipped off there. I don't know if they'll be able to get the hoop back up after this game, but it seems that the conveyor belt has snapped.
Has taken a hit, yeah.
All right. Phillips now driving up with Ogilvy on her. She's keeping Ogilvy off. She finds Haley Melvin at the top. Haley Melvin into Sammy Johnson, who's playing her first minutes of the season. Johnson puts up a layup, and Whalen has put in their first field goal.
Yeah, it's a great take by Sammy. Way to start the season from her and from her whole team, first bucket of the year. So that was an aggressive take.
Wolfpack's Ava Baldassari puts up a very wayward shot, and Wayland has the ball again. Abby Gavron with her first shot, can't get it to go. And now it's Sullivan driving up the court. She's going to go through all of Wayland. No foul. Laura Foley picks up the block. It goes out of bounds, unfortunately for Wayland, but still a great way to stop that there.
Yeah, that was a great block. Really timed it excellently and made sure that no foul was called, which was huge.
You can hear the fan reaction after Sammy Johnson put in that layup. Obviously in fact, the fans here tonight are, the fan section for Wayland girls is actually bigger than the boys game that played just previously to this. Obviously they couldn't win that matchup.
Yeah.
However, I have a feeling that this game, no matter if it's low scoring, high scoring, blowout, or in either direction, this is going to be a fun game to watch just based on that fan section.
Yeah, and the fan section is also instrumental in helping out Wayland win the game. I mean, they're constantly getting in Boston Latin players' heads, and it's just nice to see them show out and support
Phillips
the team.
with the double dribble. Now Phillips will turn it over. Wayland up 3 with 4.5 minutes down in the first quarter here. So here is Allison McGough, a notable starter for the Wolfpack. She's small, but she's a very good shooter. She put up some pretty good points against them last time they played. Abby Gavron with an open look. She loses the ball control into Johnson inside, and Sammy Johnson there gets called for the travel. What is that, 4 or 5 travels already called in this first quarter?
I mean, it is early. Like, we can expect these turnovers to happen throughout the year. I mean, with the snow days, 2 practices have been canceled, 2 less practices than usual. So expect a sloppy game early on, but probably picking it up towards the second half.
You can tell that Ruxdallas is not happy about the easy turnovers. There's been some bad passes, obviously the travels, even a double dribble there. Obviously, that's going to be a piece that they work on in practice, and it's the small pieces that they're not yet executing on. But Wayland does have the lead.
Does have the lead.
3 points, so we will see how this goes. Although Wayland is playing sloppy and they can fix the easy mistakes, the Wolfpack has yet to put the ball in the hoop, and they're reciprocating as far as silly fouls go and silly turnovers go. So now Wayland will send out Johnson, Kiernan, Arenas, Phillips, and Abby Gavron stays on the court. So it's going to be a Bolat inbound here. Boston Latin knocked away by Abby Gavron, and they're going to do it again. So we are experiencing some technical difficulties here. So we will be working on that right now. Some camera difficulties, but it is still 3-0. Boston Wolfpack just lost possession. Isabella Arenas is going to inbound it here in the offensive half. Phillips is driving to the hoop here. She puts up a layup, can't get it to go, but it was close. Adela Ordella keeps the ball inbounds, and now the Wolfpack are driving with Sullivan. Sullivan puts one up and gets a good layup to go. Emma Kiernan now with the ball. Kiernan Arenas now at the top of the key. Arenas finds Gavron. Gavron gets caught for the travel. That's the 6th one of the game. 4th one for Wayland. And Wolfpack ball now. So it's going to be Allison Golden who inbounds it, promptly turns it over. Gavron has a wayward pass, and Bolat has the ball once again. Sammy Johnson with the steal. Sammy Johnson is driving toward the hoop now. Johnson finds Kiernan. Kiernan inside to Phillips. Phillips puts up a shot, can't get it to go, and rebound is brought down by Adele Ordella.
Yeah, that was great ball movement by Wayland there. They're really able to move the ball well and got an open layup. Unfortunately, just couldn't go.
Now Ordella inside, being double teamed by Sammy Johnson. She gets away from Johnson and gets the layup to go. And the Wolfpack have their first lead of the game.
Yeah, very nice move there by Orletta. I mean, she's a great player, very skilled big, and she's showed it multiple times.
Sammy Johnson gets the ball to get tipped off Ordella. The ball will stay in the Wayland half. And we've got some new players on the court now. Mary Shine checking in. Haley Melvin checking back in. Sammy Johnson and Isabel Arenas checking out. That means Emma Kieran is the only player yet to leave the court thus far. Haley Melvin now at the top. And Emma Kieran for three. Can't get that one to go, but Samaya Phillips pulls down the rebound. The ball's going to stay with Wayland here as it bounces off of Ava Baldassari. And now Phillips. Interestingly, Abby McDonald, who's a notable player for this Wayland team, hasn't checked back in after the silly foul she committed in the first 3 minutes.
Yeah, I think that might be partly because of Amelia Ogilvy not checking back in the game, because I think Abby is probably taking primary role on defense with her, and with her out of the game, I expect her to come back in very quickly.
Mary Shine, good for two there. And now there's a fight for the ball between Phillips and obviously star player Amelia Ogilvy. So Ogilvy just checked back in. It'll be interesting to see if Ruxtalis checks McDonald back in, but although Phillips has picked up one foul, she's been playing some pretty hard-nosed defense against Ogilvy, and Ogilvy has yet to score or really have much of an impact besides forcing some turnovers.
Yeah, Phillips has done a great job guarding her, keeping her in front, and it's been great for Wayland team because, as you can see now, she's very skilled.
And Ogilvy tosses the ball in, and wow, did you see that? Allison Golden seems to trip Samaya Phillips. She's slow to get up. Foul obviously called there. I don't know if that was intentional. However, it did look pretty gruesome.
Yes. She hit the floor hard there, Charlie.
Yeah. She was definitely accelerating pretty quickly and just lost her footing there. Haley Melvin now dribbling it up. Inside now to Kiernan. Kiernan loses the ball to Allison Golden, and now it's going to be a Wolfpack ball once again. So Emma Kiernan, who hasn't checked out yet, and she hasn't put up any points yet, however, she is typically a very strong player for the Wayland Warriors. At least she was last year.
Yeah, and everything that she's doing isn't necessarily on the ball. I mean, she's being a leader out there, talking to her teammates, making sure everyone's in the right places, and it's very important for this team.
Typically, when we have or when the Warriors are playing a very strong team, they usually put Emma Kiernan on that player. For example, when Wayland played Weston, here's Ogilvy for her first shot. When they played Weston last year during senior night, Emma Kiernan was faced with Christina Costa, who had more than 1,000 career points for the Wildcats. And I believe she kept Costa to less than two points, one field goal on the night. Ogilvy makes her first, and here's her second. Can't get that one to go, and Foley with the rebound. But Emma Kiernan is very good both offensively and defensively, and she's definitely a player to watch. Mary Shine puts up a shot, can't get it to go. Ogilvy driving in. Laura Foley had it and lost it. Now Ordella at the top, tries to find Ogilvy, can't get it to go. Haley Melvin now with the ball. 30 seconds left. Shot clock is dead. Haley Melvin driving down. They're going to go for the quick points, not throwing it out. Laura Foley driving in, tries to get the up, and cannot get it to go. Ogilvy now with 15 seconds to go. She finds Baldassari. Baldassari loses the ball, and it's now Samaya Phillips driving up. 10 seconds to go. Phillips. Now Gavron. Gavron puts one up. Can't get that one to go. Laura Foley can't get it to go. She'll be fouled before the clock runs out, before the first quarter ends.
Great rebound there by Kiernan. I mean, she allowed Wayland to get possibly 2 extra points, which is huge in a game as low scoring as this is.
Here's Foley. Foley's first. Does not go. She'll get her second here, which will likely be the last play of the first quarter. Second shot cannot go, doesn't even hit the rim, and now the Wolfpack will have just under 2 seconds to try and convert here with the inbound and then long shot.
Hail Mary.
Yeah. All right. It'll be Adele or Lena. It's going to be Ogilvy. She's going to put a shot up. Not even close. All right, that's the end of one quarter here in Wayland, Massachusetts. If you're just joining us, my name is Charlie Moore. Alongside me, Garrett Spooner. We're glad you are joining us now. It's 5-5 here as Wayland takes on DCL small rival, the Boston Latin Wolfpack. Garrett, what can you say about that first quarter?
That first quarter was sloppy. I mean, it's early in the year. Teams are getting used to playing with each other. A lot of these teams lost key starters. So that explains the 5-5 score line. I liked Wayland's transition play. They were able to counter Boston Latin's press very well. And I think they should be able to fill up the scoreboard very quickly here in the coming quarters.
Yeah, speaking about that inexperience, the Boston Latin Wolfpack graduated a lot of seniors from last year. It's basically a whole new team. They have 7 sophomores and a freshman on this roster, and that's compared to Wayland's, well, obviously 2 notable sophomores in Sammy Johnson and Haley Melvin, who were both on the team.
One
who
in
are
Sarah
freshmen.
Elizabeth.
Yeah. Who's a new addition to the team now. And then obviously Samaya Phillips, who's been playing a lot more. She's played more than Abby McDonald, who's the starter for this team.
Yeah, I like Phillips' play. I mean, she's been aggressive on the ball, great defense, and has created many open looks for them on offense.
Absolutely. And she drives very fast, very quickly, very aggressively, which is something that's not normally typical in a freshman.
True.
Now Emma Kiernan at the top as Wayland starts the second quarter. She loses the ball off her own foot, and now it is Magoo finds Ogilvy inside to Sullivan. Sullivan steps out of bounds. No, it'll be a travel called on Sullivan. 7th of the game. And now Wayland has the ball back. Melvin finds Arenas. Arenas back to Melvin. Melvin inside. Open look to the basket. Can't get it to go. Ball is pulled down and fought for between Melvin and Sullivan until Melvin gets called for the foul there.
And Boston Latin's already in the 1-on-1 bonus, so that's a huge part early in this second quarter. If Wayland keeps fouling like they have, Boston Latin will get a lot of free throw attempts coming up.
So that was 6 fouls for Wayland in the first quarter. That's the 7th, just to start the second quarter here. Now Wayland, or the Wolfpack, get to go to the line. It's going to be Brielle Sullivan, who shoots the 1-and-1, can't get it to go. And now it's Arenas. Right back to Melvin. Melvin's going to drive in. She's going to get called there. So Brielle Sullivan commits the foul there. And now it'll be a Wayland inbound. So Abby McDonald will inbound it right by the students section. Mary Shine on the motion. She finds Shine underneath against one person, tries to put up a jumper, can't get it to go. And now it's Ogilvy back driving towards the Boston Latin hoop. Ogilvy can't get that one to go, and now it's Arenas driving it back. Arenas tries to put one up in motion, can't get it to go. Mary Shine can't pull down the rebound, and it's Bolap ball again. Mago with the ball, tries to put up a deep 2, can't get it to go. And McKiernan pulls down the rebound.
This game has been very transition heavy, as we can just see Haley get the ball in transition.
Melvin had an open look, missed the layup, and now it's once again in the hands of Kirby Gillis. Gillis finds Ogilvy, but gets called for the travel. Yet another travel.
What is that, 8th of the day?
8th of the night here in Wayland. 5 of those coming against Wayland, 3 of them coming against Boston Latin. Sloppy turnovers might be the storyline from this game. We're only a quarter and change deep. Sammy Johnson off the foot to Melvin. It worked out there, but I don't think they drew it up like that. Arenas now at the top. You know Arenas can shoot. She's arguably the best shooter on this team, and when she's hot, she can make the threes fly. Emma Kiernan puts up a 3, can't get it to go, but it was close that time. Ogilvy now with the ball. Ogilvy's going to drive up against Kiernan and Melvin and gets it to go.
That's some of that quickness we've heard about from Ogilvy. She really showed there how quick she is and how well she can drive and finish.
Emma Kiernan puts up a shot, can't get it to go. Pulled down right there and fouled. Sammy Johnson, great rebound, great way to pick up the foul, and now she'll be shooting.
Fouls on number 0, Olivia Burke. Sammy Johnson.
So Sammy from the charity stripe here. Gets it to go. Now Whalen within one here. Johnson's second shot. Can't get that one to go. Brielle Sullivan comes down with it. Now Ogilvy's back on the ball with Haley Melvin on her. Isabella Reynes with the steal there. And it's going to be a foul against the Wolfpack. Easy inbound now for Wayland. They've changed the covering of Ogilvy here. Even with Abby Mack on the court, she's no longer going guard to guard with Ogilvy. Now it is Haley Melvin who's doing the majority of the covering here for.
Yeah, I think they're trying
on Ogilvy.
Yeah, I think they're definitely trying to find the best way to contain her. I mean, she's undoubtedly one of the best players on offense, so they're mixing it around, experimenting a little bit, and look in the fourth quarter to see one person stick strictly on her.
Isabella Reynes, obviously a great shooter from range, gets the first 1-1 to go. She'll get the second shot here as Whalen creeps into the 1-1 bonus. Can't get the second one to go, but we are all square here in Wayland. Ogilvy now at the top. She finds her teammate. Back to Ogilvy. Now it's Orlena underneath. Picks up the foul. Oh no, it'll be a travel on Orlena. And now Wayland has the ball again. Number 9. At this rate, how many travels do you think this game will have? At least 20.
Oh man, we're looking north at 20 at this rate, but hopefully we're even out for everyone here watching.
Obviously that'll be a focal point of both Ruxtalis and Wolfpack coach Orlena in the locker room. There's Melvin driving in. Melvin puts up a shot and gets it to go. And Ogilvy now has to go to work. Ogilvy tries to put up a shot blocked by Sammy Johnson, leaves her in the dirt. Now Abby Mack's driving up. McDonald's going to go up against a defender. Can't get the shot to go. Kirby Gillis pulls it down, and Ogilvy has an open look. She's going to go up for it. Can't get the layup to go. Rebounded there. Rebound doesn't go, and now Sammy Johnson pulls it down. Sammy Johnson is so great at cleaning the glass with her height against other players.
Yeah, she's definitely one of the best rebounders on this team, using her height. She uses her height very well, and we can probably expect her to get average 5 more rebounds a game this season.
Yana Kaplan just checked into the game, and she's already picked up her first foul. Now Haley Melvin will visit the foul line. Melvin's first shot. Can't get it to go. And now Orlena pulls down the ball. Ogilvy's probably going to look inside here. Now Ogilvy back at the top of the key. She's going to put up a 3. Can't get it to fall. Sammy Johnson almost had the rebound. Orlena gets the travel. That's the second travel on Orlena. This Wolfpack team really needs to focus on traveling inside the paint.
Yeah, just all turnovers in general. It's been pretty sloppy, but as you can see, Anjali checking in for the first time of her varsity career. Look for her to make an impact. She's a great shooter.
Patel, star on JV last season, got pulled up after tryouts this year, and she's looking to make an impact here. Mary Shine has some trouble with it. And now Phillips from 3, can't get it. That was a deeper 3. Still came close. Patel on the ground, fights for the ball, finds Shine, and Shine puts it in. How about that for a varsity debut?
What a rebound, Just made a bucket there.
And just going down, diving for the ball on the ground, getting down and dirty, not afraid to make the plays that matter and really put your nose to the court.
I mean, it shows Coach Rickstock that she really wants to be out there, and so look for her to make a big impact coming up.
So Adele Orlena, who's a forward for the Wolfpack, pretty good at rebounding, good at pretty close coverage. She's been traveling a few times, scoring is probably not her forte. However, she is the daughter of Wolfpack coach Carrie Orlena. So Wayland now with 11 points to the Wolfpack 7. They've already put up more points than they did in the first quarter in the second quarter. They're definitely heating up. They're turning it on. Haley Melvin's she's making a better impact. If you are just joining us, once again, my name is Charlie Moore. Garrett Spooner on my left here. And we've got a pretty good game. It's low scoring, but it is tighter than some may have anticipated based on the way that Wayland and Bolat played last year. This younger look for Boston Latin is definitely better than they were last year.
For sure.
Now Ogilvy is going to start it up. Ogilvy to Sullivan on the wing. Sullivan goes to the top of the key. Blocked by Phillips, but picked up. Oh, looked like an embellished fall there from number 3, Ava Baldessari, but the referees bought it, and she'll go to the line. Abby McDonald, who definitely plays an aggressive, tight form of basketball defense, once again picks up a foul and has to go out of the game.
Yeah, that's got to be her second or third. In high school basketball, you only get 5 fouls, so look for her to maybe sit the rest of this half because Coach Gonzalez needs her in the second to pull out this win.
Absolutely. McDonald keeps getting subbed out only based on when she fouls. She fouled Ogilvy in the first 2 minutes of the first quarter, and now she's just fouled Baldessari, and she gets subbed out almost immediately. So clearly Ruxalis is saving her for later, and fouls probably are something that comes with Abby McDonald's form of play, but when she's on, she's on. Patel gets her first shot of her varsity career. It's a 3, and she gets it to go. First 3 for the team as Tamaya Phillips picks up the foul.
What a way to open up your varsity career.
Absolutely.
Modularly.
First, Patel dives for a ball after a rebound, finds Shine. Shine puts it in, and then she puts up a 3, her first shot on varsity. Samaya Phillips subs out. That's her 3rd foul of the night. First shot here for Bolat. Can't get it to go. It was a 1-on-1. Sammy Johnson fighting with Orlena. It's gonna be a jump ball, and Johnson gets the ball back. Ruxalis obviously not happy with the way that Johnson tried to grapple for that ball. She lost it there. Possession error was for Bolat. Now it's Orlena at the top of the foul line. Whoa, she swings Gavron around as they fight for the ball there. Using some good inertia to keep herself in possession, but Orlena gets called for that, and now it's
another
Gavron's
jump ball. Another jump ball, so it's switched over to Wayland's.
Gavron so much smaller in comparison to Orlena, just kind of went flying there. Now it's Shine. Shine driving in against Orlena.
Great block there by Orlena.
Absolutely. Orlena knocks it out, stays in Wayland's possession, but Orlena's making it pretty clear that if Wayland wants to score, it's probably not going to be on the paint. Well, if she has anything to say about it. Now it's Melvin with the inbound. Time running out. She finds Shine. Shine gets called for the travel.
Travel number 10, 11?
It's number 10.
Number
We're into
10.
double digits. Adele Orlena with the inbound. That was definitely not a great pass as she tries to find Isabel Sesa. It knocks off of Sesa's feet and goes promptly out of bounds. Wayland gets to keep the ball here. Emma Kiernan, who's yet to go onto the boards, finds Patel outside. Patel drives in, finds Kiernan again. Kiernan, open shot, and she gets it. That's her first points of the night, first points of the season. And now Wayland is up by 7. Oh, Patel with the steal. She goes up for it, picks up the foul against Orlena, and she's going to the line.
Yeah, Charlie, in a span of like 2 minutes, Wales really stretch out this lead from once a tie game, now a 7-point lead. Chance to make it 9.
Patel, who's shooting an 100% field goal percentage tonight off of one shot, a 3-point shot, now visits the free throw line. First one goes. The fan section is loving it. They're doing the classic dancing fingers as they send good vibes toward Patel. Second shot here. She puts it up, can't make it go. Boston Latin fan section was vocal there. And now it's Kirby Gillis driving up the court. She finds Magoo. Orlena underneath. She gonna travel again? Another jump ball maybe? No, she gets fouled, picks up the foul against Sammy Johnson. And it'll be an inbound for Boston Latin here. Oh no, I'm sorry, it's gonna be 2 shots for Orlena.
Yeah, they're in the bonus.
Right. Orlena's first. Can't make it go. Orlena clearly a defensive-minded player.
Yeah,
Pretty good in the paint, obviously, but when it's the offensive paint, different story. She already has 3 fouls in the paint tonight. Or
Yeah.
I'm sorry, 3 travels in the paint tonight.
Yeah, but we can see her skills down low on the defensive end, blocking shots, grabbing pretty much any rebound she wants.
Abby Gavron with the fake, can't make the shot go. Rebound by Laura Foley. She puts it back up, and now Whalen's up by double digits here. We're about 2 minutes from halftime. Haley Melvin with the ball, tries to carry it in. And they're going to call it as a charge against Haley Melvin.
Interesting call there, Charlie, but...
Well, it was almost like she tucked it like a football.
Yeah.
I think she was turning around to look for a pass, but I guess the defensive player's feet were set, and it'll be called as a charge and a Wolfpack ball. Just over 2 minutes left here. Katie Kiesling. A pass intended for Allison Magoo, who's been absolutely silent tonight, and now it's a Whalen ball once again. Magoo coming into this game was supposed to be a pretty good shooter with decent handles. However, she's yet to put up any points. Patel for 3, can't make that one fall. Kiernan with the rebound and the layup, gets it to go. And Kiernan's starting to pick it up here. It's her second straight field goal she's made. Sesa driving in, she puts up a shot, gets fouled as she goes, and she'll have 2 shots at the line. Isabel Arenas picking up her first foul. Sesa misses her first. Whalen fan section coming up with an interesting new way of
Distracting the shooter there.
distracting the shooter.
Seems to be working. I mean, Boston Latin's probably hit only 2 or 3 of their many free throw attempts.
Isabel Sesa with her second shot here. She gets that one to go. And the Wolfpack are now down by 11. Emma Kiernan driving up. Doesn't look, she'll find Gavron at the top. Gavron's gonna drive in. Foley, wide open 3 shot, can't get it to go. Patel with the rebound, finds Kiernan. Kiernan puts it up, and that one bounces out. Isabella Arenas with the rebound, gets it knocked loose by Baldessari. And now it's gonna be a jump ball on the ground there between Isabella Arenas and Katie Kiesling. With the possession on the Wolfpack side, they'll keep the ball. Oh, blocked there by Arenas. Gavron with the ball, finds Arenas. Bad pass, but now Kiernan has the ball. Kiernan looking for a good look. Patel drives in, puts one up, and she's gonna get called for the travel after converting the field goal she had. Now it's Wolfpack ball again with just over 1 minute left in the half. Katie Kiesling here with the ball. She finds Magoo. McGo gets fouled by Abby Gavron in her own defensive half. And now McGo with the bonus is going to go to the line. Abby Gavron can't really believe that call, but what the ref says it goes. McGo's first shot. Gets it. Nothing but net there. No, Gilvey is going to check back in here. Wolfpack almost get their own rebound. They do get their own rebound after Isabella Arenas can't keep it inbounds. And the ball will stay with the Wolfpack here. I think they're trying to put up some late points here as they really start to heat up before the half ends.
Yeah, watch for Boston Latin to try to really turn up the aggressiveness, try to get this game back into single digits before the second quarter ends.
Baldessari, bad pass toward Katie Kiesling. Kiesling gets Emma Kiernan and put a hand on it, and it'll stay with the Wolfpack here. Now Baldessari again with the inbound. Ogilvy back on the court. She gets the ball here with Abby Gavron on her on defense. She's going to drive in, find Kiesling underneath, and puts it up and in.
What a great pass there by Ogilvy. Tough to see that player open in the lane, but she saw it excellently and made a spot-on pass.
That, and she also seemed to make physical contact with the defender there. Lost her shoe, ended up on the ground, still completed the pass, and still got pretty good pass to lead to a score here.
One play.
Gavron now. Gavron's had a lot of time here on the court. He gets the ball stolen by Ogilvy. Ogilvy on the fast break, puts up the layup, can't get it to go. Isabella Arenas gets the rebound there. Arenas being straddled, she runs right past Isabella Sesa.
5-on-2 here for Wayland.
Finds Patel wide open two, can't get it to go. Sesa with the rebound there. Probably the shortest player on the court, still gets plenty of boards here. And now it's Ogilvy once again. Ogilvy swings it out. And Baldessari is going to be called for the travel there. We've got no shot clock here in Wayland. First half winding down here. See if either team can put up some late points before we go to halftime and they hit the locker rooms. Gavron over to Kiernan. Kiernan dribbling up. Isabella Arenas. Kiernan. Patel. 3 seconds on the clock. Stolen by Ogilvy. She's going to dribble it out before she can get a shot up. And that'll conclude the first half here in the Fieldhouse. It is 21-13 in Wayland's favor. They've got a pretty good lead going into the first half, or going into the second half. Thank you for joining us thus far. We're going to take a short break for halftime, and we will be right back after halftime's 10 minutes elapse. Welcome to live coverage of Wayland girls varsity basketball. Wayland Warriors are facing the Boston here on this Friday night. My name is Charlie Moore. Alongside me is Garrett Spooner. So Wayland controlled that first half, specifically the second quarter. And they start with possession here. Mary Shine diving in. And she loses the ball there. It's going to be a Wolfpack ball. Garrett, what can you say about that first half and how Wayland turned it on in the second quarter?
I really like the way Wayland was playing. Wayland was playing in the second quarter. I mean, it was actually a tied game after the first quarter, or close to a tie. And Wayland really found a way to extend the lead and got even up to 10. So look for Wayland to keep the pressure on and hopefully extend this lead.
Absolutely. Both teams started off very slow. And in the first quarter, the first 8 minutes, with 5 and Wayland up 6 points in their second quarter, and that's to Boston Latin's 8 points they put up to follow. So Wayland pulling away a little bit, but I think that Wayland put up a majority of their scoring while the Wolfpack star player, Amelia Ojavili, was out on the bench. But she's back in. Emma Kiernan puts up a shot, gets it to fall.
And Wayland can't think they've won. I mean, we've seen Boston Latin. They can come back. They've shown bursts of scoring. So let's see what they can do here in the second
jump ball there between Abby Mack and Kirby Gillis. That reminds me about the boys game that happened in Wayland last year when the boys were up by 21 points against Boston Latin. And then Boston Latin boys came back, won on a controversial charging call on Dalek Emanuel.
Yeah, who knows what can happen. I mean, that's why basketball's so great. No lead is
Safe.
no lead
Right.
is safe, exactly.
Mary Shine gets a rebound and gets to go back up. Girls are now up by 12 points here. Second time they've elapsed a double-digit lead. Now Ogilvy. And now Gillis puts up her first shot of the night. Can't get it to fall. And McKiernan with the rebound. And McKiernan drives in. She loses a Boston Latin Wolfpack player on her drive. No charge, but the ball does go out of bounds. And Abby MacDonald will inbound. So now Abby Mack with the inbound. She finds Phillips, the freshman. Phillips gets a layup to go, her first points of her varsity career. Now Sullivan inside to Gillis. Gillis with Sammy Johnson on top of her. And it's going to be going the other way.
Okay, just make.
All right, now Isabella Arenas finds Phillips, and Phillips is going to drive up the court. Coach Ruckstall is calling a play from the bench. She finds Haley Melvin. Haley Melvin moves the ball to Ogilvy, driving up the court. She puts up a layup, gets it to go.
Yeah, she finished that time, Charlie. I mean, we've seen her miss a couple open layups, but look for her to try to get some steals in transition.
Now Phillips once again. Emma Kiernan comes up beside her. She's going to put up a shot. That can't go. Now Emma Kiernan gets her own rebound. Abby Mack for three. Goes over the hoop there. Now it's Ogilvy back with the ball. Obviously this Magoo puts up a shot, can't get it to go. Obviously this offense is running through Ogilvy. Emma Kiernan on the fast break almost puts up an easy layup. Gets it to go.
Yet another fast break pair of points by Wayland there. Look for them to keep exploiting Boston Latin's weaknesses.
Now Sullivan against Kiernan. Puts up a shot, can't get it to go. And now it's Phillips. Phillips on the fast break. Ogilvy can't stay on. She puts up a shot, no whistle there, but she took a pretty hard spill to the ground there. She labors up back to her feet.
Yeah, nice to see her get back up on her feet quickly.
That was definitely some body contact.
Yes, she hit the deck hard there.
So Olivia Burke, who we haven't seen much of, although she started, checks in for Boston Latin alongside Ava Baldessari. Allison Magoo goes out, and so does Brielle Sullivan. Arenas puts up, Haley Melvin puts up a pretty good shot there.
Yeah, great take there by Melvin.
It's definitely interesting to see both Melvin and Abby MacDonald on the court to start the second half, and really we're approaching halfway through the third quarter, and both of them still out there. Although
yeah, along with Sanaya too, Phillips, three primary ball handlers out on the floor.
Absolutely, but also Melvin and MacDonald both have 3 fouls on the game, and they can only really endure 2 more. And you can be sure that either of them pick any more up, and then they're only going to be used if they absolutely need them. Haley Melvin now. She finds Gavron on the wing. Gavron, deep 3, gets it to go. And now Wayland is up by 17 points. Very, very big lead to start the second half.
Yeah, that was a very quick 10-point run there.
Absolutely.
That they were able to obtain.
They were 10-2 since the start of the third quarter.
Yes.
Second half. Whatever Ruckstall has said in the locker room, well, obviously both teams have cleaned up the silly turnovers, the silly travels, the silly bad passes. I think that was just indicative of being a little rusty and being without a lot of practice. But now that the teams are really getting into themselves, really playing like they can, and trying their hardest. We're seeing a game that we expected to see. Based on the results that happened last year, where Wayland won 40-29 and 40-27. I mean, this game is completely along that storyline, and game script is right on at this point, with the exception of the slow first start.
Yeah, it's been a great showing here from Wayland. They've lived up to the expectation of trying to beat Boston Latin here, and they hold a commanding 18-point lead. But you can't take Boston Latin out of the equation yet. We've seen comebacks of 4 in basketball, so.
Wayland now has more than double the score of Boston Latin. Boston Latin, whoa, crazy pass there. Goes into the stands. Sammy Johnson's younger brother Charlie steals the wayward ball, and now Abby Mack with the inbound. Oh, Samaya Phillips misses the pass there. Clearly was trying to figure out the play. She recovers it though, and now Wayland is on the drive. Gavron into Johnson. Johnson playing some mean passing. McDonald, Gavron. Gavron tries to put up a pass. It gets blocked right in her face by Katie Kiesling, and now Wayland will have the inbound here. Abby McDonald calls a play. Now it's in to Laura Foley. Laura Foley loses the ball there, and it's going to be a Wolfpack ball going the other way. So here is Amelia Ogilvy. Oh, she loses the ball. Gavron just steals it from her. Can't get the layup, but luckily Phillips was right there for the rebound.
Great
for the
play by
missed layup.
Phillips there. As a basketball player, you always want to anticipate the miss, and she did that. She did an excellent job of doing that, making sure to grasp the rebound and hit the open layup.
So it's going to be a foul there on Kiesling against Phillips. And the Wolfpack are going to do a full team sub. 5 players in, 5 players out. Abby McDonald checks out. Now the Wayland girls lead has grown to 20 points on the Wolfpack. Gavron finds Patel, Foley. Phillips puts up a 3, almost gets it to fall. Foley gets fouled. Wolfpack arguing for a travel there. Obviously Wayland arguing for a foul there. It's going to be a Foley inbound. Passes it right in front of her to Sammy Johnson, but Johnson gets it knocked away from her, and now it'll be a Wolfpack ball. Boston Latin called that timeout a little bit ago. It's been a few minutes. And no results, really. They haven't scored any points. They've put up some shots, can't get it to fall. Gavron, Phillips, open layup, gets it to go.
And with Boston Latin, Charlie, we've seen them try to experiment with a new lineup. I mean, 5 in, 5 out the last substitution, seeing if anything will work.
Right. It's the first we're seeing Lauren Choi, who's a guard, who's a freshman. Do you think that Wolfpack coach Carrie Orlana is just throwing in the freshmen now, giving them game experience, or is she experimenting here?
I mean, it's a little bit of both, I think. I mean, it's late in the game. They're down 20 plus, and they still have a long season ahead of them. So they want to see who can put up numbers at a varsity level here.
Now Sammy Johnson underneath, and it's pass intercepted there by Allison Golden. Laura Foley putting on the pressure. She gets the ball back, and they're going to give the ball to the Wolfpack there. Obviously, you were saying it's a new season, it's a young season still. The Wolfpack obviously looking for better results than what they had last year. They finished with a 1-10 record.
1-15.
1-15, excuse me. Absolute basement of the DCL Small. Wayland finished 7-10.
Yeah, and it's hard to come back from going 1-15. I mean, having only 1 out of 16 wins is tough. But I think this team has what it takes if they have the right mindset to come back and finish the season strong.
Phillips gets called there for the foul, and now it's going to be Isabel Sesa going to the line. Sesa's first. Can't get it to go. Student section almost apathetic towards these foul shots now that the game is not a close margin at all. 22 points. Sesa misses both of them. And the ball will stay with the Wolfpack as the ball bounces off of Laura Foley. I think what's interesting about this game thus far is that we've almost elapsed 3 quarters, and we haven't really seen a lot from the players we thought we would. As
a couple.
Cerveos puts up her shot, her first points of the night.
Yeah, a couple of the Wayland key players haven't made as big of an impact as we would have thought, but players like Anjali Patel and Abby Gavron have stepped up and put up big numbers.
Emma Kiernan for 3, almost gets that one to go. She's got 4 points on the night. And there's going to be a jump ball there. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like Adele or Alana is always in the center of those jump balls.
Yeah, she's
Got sticky fingers
great.
for 'em.
Yeah.
Patel, Kiernan deep 2, can't get it to go. Or Alana pulls down the rebound, but at the expense of her teammate's head. She elbowed her there.
Great rebound there. Might have given a minor concussion to her teammate, but
Anything for the board. So there's a foul on Laura Foley. It's going to be, Isabella Arenas, and now it's going to be Isabel Sesa once again at the line. She's taken 4 foul shots tonight. She's made but 1 of them. Her first. Can't get it to go. Wayland sends in Haley Melvin and Sammy Johnson for Laura Foley and Abby Gavron. So at what point do you think Coach Ruxdalis is going to put in some of the new members of the team? Obviously, she's put in a successful experiment in Sanaya Phillips and putting in Anju Patel. However, we haven't seen anything from junior Meredith Prince. We haven't seen sophomore Sarah Elizade, right? So when are we going to see them? What do you think?
Yeah, from my experience watching and playing basketball, it's usually within the last 3 or 4 minutes with a margin like this, 20. But I think it could be even earlier, given how Boston Latin has had trouble scoring and putting up numbers. I mean, to come back here, they need to score more points than we have the rest of the entire game in the 4th quarter. So that'll be tough, but we'll see.
So now Haley Melvin with the inbound. She's got 3 fouls on the night. She just subbed back in. Melvin's going to find Kiernan. Kiernan's going to drive in and up. Gets fouled on the shot and 1 for Emma Kiernan.
Great play there, fighting through contact and finishing the play. Now she has a chance to get 3.
Lauren Choi, the freshman, picks up her first foul of the night. Now Emma Kiernan to take the lead for points for Wayland on the night, and she gets it easily. So no shot clock left here. Wolfpack looks like they're going to put up some good points. There's no sign of tiring here from the Wolfpack. They just can't get these shots to fall. Orlana puts up a silly shot there. It's going to be Wayland ball with 6 seconds left.
Look for Wayland to get Haley Melvin on the move here to get up the court quickly.
And maybe find Patel there on the wing. And there's a little bit of confusion there. It seems that the scoreboard operator may have slipped a little bit with the ball. Thought it was a timeout. The referee stops the play, puts 5.9 on the clock. And we'll try again. Kind of took the wind out of the sails of Wayland's offense there. Emma Kiernan's going to find Patel on the wing. Patel's going to put up a 3. Can't get it to go. And through 3, Wayland, 40 points. Boston Latin Wolfpack, 17. Last year when these two teams played, even with Orly Kiefer, even with Cape Alicki, both times Wayland only put up 40, and they now have put up 40, and they still have a whole quarter to go.
Yeah, it's been tough for Boston Latin to defend Wayland here. They've been getting a lot of easy looks outside the paint, and in the paint, it's been tough with number 22 Adele Orlando, but they've been able to finish at the rim in transition, and it's been a very, very thorough performance so far in the second half.
I would say that one of Wayland's stars, Emma Kiernan, her personal performance is almost indicative of Wayland's whole performance. Started slow, some missed shots, some awkward turnovers, however, has really straightened it out, and now Emma Kiernan has, I believe, 8 points on the night, and Wayland has 40 points on the night. If you are just joining us, my name is Charlie Moore. Alongside me, Garrett Spooner. We've got a pretty good game here, 40-17, Wayland's favor. Wayland looking very strong on their opening night to the season. The storyline this whole night has been, where's Orly and Kate? Obviously, Cape Alicki going to Wesleyan for lacrosse, Orly Kiefer transferring to Beaver County Day. And as far as I can see, I don't know about you, Garrett, but it doesn't look like the Wayland girls need those two players.
No, yeah, if this performance tells anything about how their season's going to go, it's looking very positive for the Wayland girls basketball program. I mean, if they play like this, I feel they can make a run deep in the tournament and see what happens from there. Obviously, this Boston Latin team isn't one of the strongest that they'll play all year, but they've made good work of them, and it's been nice to see.
I agree. If Wayland can play the way they have in the last two quarters, I think that they can really hang with anybody, and they might be on track to a winning record, which would be a great storyline based on the players and the talent they lost from last year. Isabella Reynes now from the wing. Abby Mack back in the game, finds Haley Melvin. Kiernan inside to Arenas. Abby Mack, open look for three, doesn't take it. Laura Choi with the steal. The freshman up against the senior, tries to put up a layup but can't get it to go. Emma Kiernan playing aggressively, gets the ball back, and now it's Haley Melvin. Melvin gonna take it herself, puts up the layup, can't get it to go. Rebound once again by Adele Orlana. Lauren Choi at the top of the key. Sesa. Now Allison Golden. Stolen by Isabella Reynes, or maybe just a wayward pass. Kind of slows down. Lauren Choi trying to play some aggressive defense there, but can't get it to go. And now it's Haley Melvin. Haley Melvin cross court to Abby Mack. Abby Mack seems like she's afraid to shoot the three. She's had two open looks now and just will not put the ball up, rather would pass. Emma Kiernan makes her own shooting spot. Can't get that one to go in. Now Haley Melvin. Abby Mack gets fouled there.
Yeah, great ball movement here by the Warriors. They've been able to pass the ball very effectively and has opened up countless open looks for Emma and for Abby, and it led to a foul and 2 shots.
Abby Mack's first shot, not going to go there. So now Sanaya Phillips checks back in. Abby Mack, her next shot can't go. Pulled in by Allison Golden, now to Lauren Choi. As far as I can see, Lauren Choi getting these minutes late in the game tells me that, first of all, they've put down their star player. They put Gilby on the bench, and they're looking to the future, trying to get some minutes to Lauren Choi, who is a freshman and who hasn't converted on any field goals, but she seems to be playing some pretty good man defense, and she seems to be playing some pretty good passes.
Yeah, she's been a real spark for them, I feel like, offensively and defensively. She's been able to move the ball and play great defense on the ball, so it's been nice to see.
Katie Kiesling gets the first points there for Wolfpack in what feels like for a long time. Now Abby Mack for three. And Phillips pulls that one down. Phillips back to Mack. And now it's Mary Shine inside to Arenas. Phillips puts up a shot off the rim. And now it is Isabel Sesa. She finds Choi, but Choi is not tall enough to receive that pass.
Yeah, it was a good idea there of Boston Latin trying to move in transition. I mean, they have to if they want to try to make this a respectable margin, but Abby McDonald read that play well and was able to disrupt the pass.
Sylvia Cerveos checks out. Yiana Kaplan checks in. Phillips, Arenas, open look for three. She's only tried to put up the three ball twice, and usually she can get them to fall. She's 0 for 2 from 3 tonight. And Sammy Johnson gets called for the travel. Crowd thought it was an and one. However, she traveled there, and now it's going to be Wolfpack ball. Isabel Sesa carrying it up the court. Sesa being covered by Gavron. Gavron's first time in the game for a while.
Great defense there by both Emma Kiernan and Sammy Johnson, coming off the driving lane and making sure that number 12 on Boston Latin, Katie Kiesling, can't make a play to one of her teammates.
And Katie Kiesling, it seemed like because of that lockdown defense, she felt like she had to throw up a crazy pass like that, or else she'd be called for the double dribble, or she'd have to step out of bounds. So great defense there by Wayland. Emma Kiernan now with the ball. And Phillips is going to take a three shot, and she gets it. She drains that.
Yeah, that shot had great rotation on it. Looked good right from when it left her hand.
Future's bright here in Wayland. Some really notable performances from both freshmen and sophomores. Obviously, Sammy Johnson's been playing great defense, a lot of rebounds, and she's gotten some points. Haley Melvin, though she has probably more fouls than Coach Ruxtalis would like, is putting up some good numbers. And then
Anjali's been a real spark plug too.
Absolutely. I would say that Patel's performance really showed like a turning point for Wayland, because Patel checked in, got that really good rebound, fought on the ground, and then drained the first three of the night.
Yeah.
So then Wayland's been just a runaway train as Phillips puts up a field goal there. Crowd wants an and one, but they won't get it. But Wayland now up by even more. Choi driving in. Choi puts up a two, gets fouled. It's going to be an and one for Lauren Choi. And so, I was asking about the two players we hadn't seen yet tonight, and there they are. Sarah Elizada and junior Meredith Prince checking in for the first time tonight with just under 4 minutes left in the game. Elizabeth. And now it's Phillips driving up the court. Meredith Prince. First time on the ball, she finds Laura Foley. Laura Foley inside to Sammy Johnson. Johnson puts up the two, can't make it fall.
Good idea there by Sammy Johnson trying to make the move down low. Unfortunate that it couldn't go, but it looked very good from the start.
The Wolfpack will take a timeout there with all threes left on the clock. So through just under 5 minutes through just about 5 minutes in the fourth quarter, Wayland has a commanding lead of 45-22. We've seen every single player check in for the Warriors, the Wolfpack, whether they're trying to put in some young players, get them some playing time, or if they're just trying a crazy comeback over these last two quarters. They've arguably played worse than they did in the first half.
Yeah, but part of that is just Wayland ramping the intensity up a little bit on both ends of the floor. They've been able to get better in transition, both offensively and defensively, and they've really limited the turnover as well.
All right, so we check back in from the Wolfpack timeout. Isabel Sesa Now over to Choi. Choi on the wing. Ooh, 3 almost goes there for Katie Kiesling. Aliza tries to keep it in. Can't keep it in. Now Laura Foley will have the inbound. Phillips. Phillips driving up the court.
Yeah, look here for Phillips to be the main point of Whalen's offense. She'll be trying to drive and create all the scoring opportunities for the Warriors.
Meredith Prince gets it out to Sammy Johnson. There's going to be a timeout called by Ruxalis, even though Prince seemed like she was in a little bit of trouble there. However, she still got the pass off to Johnson, but Ruxalis called the timeout before really anything could happen, before a 3-second delay could be called or a double dribble could be had. So we go back to another timeout. We just had a timeout, but more downtime is just fine.
Yeah, I mean, looking forward for Wayland, they played well today. Early in the game, they've showed some of their lack of experience, some may call it, with the turnovers. But if they can keep up the play like they did here in the fourth quarter and in the third quarter, I mean, they can match up against anyone in the GCL.
For every team, a blowout is just great for just mental preparedness for the game. Just you can practice the things you don't typically get to really focus on, and players get more play time than usual.
Yeah, I'm sure
they wouldn't necessarily.
Yeah, I'm sure they're experimenting with some new plays that Ruxalis drew up in the timeout there.
So was it Phillips there who got called for 2?
Looks like Johnson will be shooting 2.
Sammy Johnson at the line here. Her first goes in. Here's her second. A little unorthodox placement of hands on the ball there, but it seems to work for Johnson there.
Whatever works.
Seriously. Abby McDonald has changed her free throw stance, but a storyline for fans last season was the deep squat that she would get into where she would shoot a free throw last year, and some fans would obviously mimic that on the bench, which was always funny. And I think whatever works.
Yeah, for when free throws, you want to have a muscle memory type aspect to it, where you just do the same thing every time. So obviously, McDonald's been doing that from a pretty young age. So whatever works for her, works for her.
So we're nearing 2 minutes here in this game. All but emptied out. I'm sure the girls varsity team from Wayland isn't all that sad that they didn't give that entertaining the game toward the end here.
Oh, yeah, they'll be ecstatic.
Yeah. Good hit by Katie Kiesling on Meredith Prince. And now it's Sylvia Savelos at the top. Choi puts up a shot, can't get it to go. Rebounded by Kiesling. Kiesling gets fouled there by Laura Foley. I mean, I only saw hand placement on the ball there, but maybe the referee saw something differently. And now it's going to be an inbound here by Yana Kaplan, who hasn't played all that much for the Wolfpack here. She finds Choi on the wing. Back to Kaplan. Kaplan gets called for her travel.
That was the first one in a while, Charlie.
Yeah, definitely something that was a focal point for both teams during halftime. We haven't seen, I think we've seen maybe 2 travels in the second half compared to the egregious 11 we saw in the first half. And that was had by both teams. Wayland actually led in fouls in the first half. But both teams shaped it up, got rid of the silly mistakes, and just true form came out in this one. I wonder if Wayland will get to 50 points here. Okay, creeping up on a minute.
Slowly creeping up on 50. Let's see if they can get some last-minute offense.
Meredith Prince inside to Sammy Johnson. Whistle's blown. it'll be a 1-1 here for Sammy Johnson, who just sunk the last two she was at the line for. So let's see if she can convert on the first one here and then possibly the second as well. So here's Johnson. Johnson's first does not go. Rebounded there by Cerveos. Sylvia Cerveos going up the field. She finds Kiesling, Choi, Kaplan. Kaplan gets called for her second consecutive
Travel call.
And once again, it's Whalen ball. Less than a minute left. Some last-minute offense here. Who's going to pad their stats? Who wants it? Laura Foley with the ball. She finds Prince. Phillips. Johnson inside. Johnson puts up a layup attempt. And now it's Wolfpack again. No more shot clock. Cerveos puts up a crazy shot. Now Kaplan outside. Golden can't make it go. Wayland. It's Phillips with 10 seconds left. Choi kicks it out, and it'll stay in Wayland's ball. Stay on Wayland's side of the court. Elizabeth Phillips. Phillips again. Elizabeth. Now Meredith Prince. 4 seconds on the clock. Are they just going to dribble it out? Or are they going to take one more? They'll dribble it out. And that is the game. Final score here in the Fieldhouse. 47 for the Wayland Warriors, 22 for the Boston Latin Wolfpack. For the Wayland Student Press Network, I've been Charlie Moore.
Garrett, this has been Garrett Spooner.
Thank you for joining us. Wish you have a good night, and we'll see you next week.